March 9th, 1949. Los Angeles Country Jail. Reporters pressed their faces to the bars, desperate for a photograph of the man who was supposed to be untouchable, Robert Mitchum. Only 2 years earlier, he'd electrified the country in Out of the Past, teaching America what cool really looked like. Now, he's wearing prison blues after a marijuana raid the studio couldn't bury. Most people thought that scandal was the whole story. They were wrong. That pot bust was merely the doorway into a darker room, a place of wartime dossiers, mob favors, and a single sealed envelope delivered to Mitchum on the last night of his life. Today, we follow the trail he left behind. And if you stay with me, you'll decide for yourself whether Hollywood's favorite renegade was hounded by bad luck or held too many dangerous secrets. Robert Charles Derman Mitchum was born during a Connecticut blizzard in 1917, lost his father in a rail accident at 2, and by 12 was riding boxcars across America. Freight yard bruises became his education, reform schools, his address books. He once told a bunkmate, "If I ever get out of this racket, I'll live like every day is my last." That promise powered him west. War work in California, aircraft plans paid the rent. But the stage lights of amateur theater called louder. One small audition led to another. Casting directors noticed the mismatched combination, sleepy eyelids masking a street fighter's reflexes. In 1945, the story of G.I. Joe earned him an Oscar nomination. Overnight, movie houses filled with audiences who couldn't decide if he was hero or villain. Mitchum liked it that way. Safe labels bored him. Between takes on dusty western sets, Mitchum would stroll off alone, notebook in hand. Crew members thought he was memorizing lines. A wardrobe girl swore she saw coordinates, not dialogue scribbled on the pages. Rumors floated that he had done career work for the Office of Strategic Services during the war, the invisible parent of the CIA. The agency never confirmed. Mitchum never denied. He only smiled that half smile and changed the subject. Night after night, he held court in Sunset strip clubs run by Mickey Cohen's people. The gangsters' lieutenants treated him like family. When a rookie bartender tried to hand Mitchum a bill, Cohen is said to have leaned over and whispered, "His money's no good here. He does favors." What favors? Nobody dared ask twice. Late summer 1948, a quiet house in Laurel Canyon. Mitchum, rising starlet Leela Leeds, 2 jazz players. A cloud of sweet smoke. Wise detectives kicked in the door. Flashbulbs erupted. Studio fixers usually made charges vanish before headlines hit the press. Not this time. Someone higher up refused the phone call. Mitchum took the fall, served 43 days, walked out swearing he'd never again make a living room for lunch. Yet, he also muttered something his press agent didn't print. They wanted me quiet. Pot was the pretext. Who they referred to, he never clarified. Months later, a thin man in a dark suit was spotted handing studio security a sealed envelope. Its red wax bore a single initial, O. What lay inside vanished into an executive safe, and as far as public record goes, stayed there. Summer 1969. The Manson murders paralyzed Hollywood. Private security firms doubled their rates overnight. Reporters eventually learned that detectives found a handwritten list in Charles Manson's hideout. Among the names, McQueen. Robert Mitchum read the story, locked every door of his Ramona ranch, and began carrying a .357 Magnum beneath the driver's seat. Although he'd never met Manson, he announced to a friend, "Someone pushed that punk toward the people on that list. I want to know who." By 1975, the industry wondered if Mitchum had quit show business. He grew a beard, vanished to the high desert, surfaced for a single Irish epic, Ryan's Daughter, then retreated again. Locals in Barstow recalled him roaring down empty highways at night, headlights off, only moonlight guiding the Buick. He told them the silence out there helped him think. Think about what? He never said. A Hollywood gossip columnist finally cornered him in a gas station parking lot. Mitchum scribbled a single sentence on the back of a receipt and pressed it into her hand before rolling away. The note read, "If one day I go missing, check the files they keep sealed." Emphysema came first, then lung cancer. Mitchum blamed 40 years of cigarettes and stunt dust. Doctors gave him months. Yet, instead of settling his affairs in California, he boarded a plane for Ensenada under the name Robert Charles Derman. He spent 5 days in a seaside clinic known among ex-spooks for treating operatives too toxic for US hospitals. The ledger from that week is missing. He returned gaunt, whispered to his longtime driver, "They still think I have something that can hurt them." The driver, a man named Felix, asked who they were. Mitchum shut his eyes and fell asleep. July 1, 1997. Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital. Dawn gave way to heavy coastal fog. A nurse's log notes that at 2:14 a.m., an unidentified federal employee delivered a plain manila envelope to Robert Mitchum's room. The visitor stayed less than 2 minutes, refused to sign the gas sheet, and left by the service elevator. Orderlies later found the envelope torn open on Mitchum's nightstand, empty. At 5:30 a.m., Robert Mitchum died. Official cause: lung cancer complications. His final words, according to the night nurse, were a raspy instruction: burn the rest. She never discovered what the rest meant. The funeral was private. Industry titans sent flowers. Government representatives sent nothing. Weeks later, Mitchum's estate lawyer reported 3 boxes of personal papers missing from his ranch safe. No sign of forced entry, no fingerprints, no insurance claim. The boxes have never surfaced. Robert Mitchum fought his way from chain gang mud to Hollywood legend without once pretending to be anyone but himself. Yet even the truest rebels keep pockets of silence. Did those pockets hold wartime secrets the government preferred forgotten? Favors owed to men who ran Los Angeles from smoky backrooms? Or was the mystery no bigger than a restless kid who never stopped running? We have the jail mugshot, the pot bust headlines, the witness who saw the envelope. Everything else burned away, just as he asked. Maybe that's why his films still crackle. Every drawl, every half-lidded glare carries the possibility that Mitchum is telling us something between the lines about the things a man should take to the grave. What do you think was inside that envelope? Drop your theory below and join us next time here on Echoed, where the past still refuses to stay quiet.